In August 2001, Hiromu Arakawa's first chapter of the manga series Fullmetal Alchemist was released in Japan. A couple of years later, in 2003, the series would be picked up by the animation studio known as Bones. Bones first adapted the series into an anime known simply as Fullmetal Alchemist. Although the show was well received by fans and critics alike, the show began to diverge from Arakawa's source material soon after it started. Fast forward to 2009, and Bones decided to take another shot at adapting the series. This series would be known as Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Brotherhood takes place in a world where people are able to practice an art known as alchemy. This art allows people to break down and quickly reconstruct something of the same chemical composition. The story centers around two brothers who attempt to use this practice to resurrect their dead mother. As soon as they begin the process, however, one of the brothers loses one arm and one leg, and the other loses his entire body, and his soul is bound to an empty suit of armor. The rest of their story follows the brothers as they slowly uncover secrets about the world they live in, all while searching for a way to restore their bodies back to normal. Because of how deep Brotherhood's characters are, how it manages to tackle several serious philosophical, religious, and even existential topics, and how excellent its artistic direction and quality are in both the series show and opening sequences, I believe Brotherhood to be the greatest animated show of all time. Despite the fact that Brotherhood has a very large cast of characters, almost all of them are fully fledged characters. One of the best examples of a complex character in the series is Roy Mustang. Mustang becomes sort of a father figure to the brothers. While his character is shown to be a simple soldier carrying out his duty at first, the show soon reveals his true character motivation. Another good example is Winry, one of the brothers' childhood friends, who serves as the only thing from keeping the brothers from becoming too reckless. Like most well-written animated shows, Brotherhood has great protagonists and supporting characters. However, Brotherhood also has some of the best antagonists in animated show history as well. The primary villains of Brotherhood are artificially made humans known as homunculi. Each homunculus' personality is based off of one of the 7 cardinal sins. One of the homunculi is Envy, who is almost always presented as the most cruel towards humans, yet it is revealed later on that Envy holds a deep jealousy of humans, because he never got to live a normal and fulfilling life like most humans do. Another homunculi is Greed. Sometime before the events of the show, Greed runs away from the other homunculi in order to satisfy his hunger for power, money, and immortality. Greed is also the only homunculi to ally themselves with the protagonist, as his search for money and power was simply a cover for him actually searching for a sense of belonging. Throughout Brotherhood's runtime, it touches on several philosophical topics. One of the most prevalent themes in the show is what it means to be considered a human. There are 3 main groups of characters that face this dilemma in the show. The first group being the 3 characters who have lost their bodies and are souls trapped in armor. The second group being the homunculi, and the third group being the half-human and half-animal people known as chimeras. Each of the groups come to terms with this problem in a different manner. However, most of the groups eventually begin to consider themselves to be human despite not having traditional human bodies. One of the other recurring themes in the show is humanity's search for knowledge, which takes the form as an omniscient being known as Truth. Truth generally appears as a faceless being with the general shape of the character speaking the truth. This is because Truth represents each character's search for knowledge and acts as a being who punishes those who meddle in things such as human resurrection. Brotherhood has some of the best artistic direction in animated show history, and this is mainly because of the show being based in a non-traditional setting, unlike most other shows. The show takes place in a European Industrial Revolution-based world. This makes the show stand out significantly from contemporary shows both made in and outside of Japan. Another thing that Brotherhood does really well is its 5 opening sequences that are changed every 11 to 13 episodes. Each opening always has a distinct theme and message that the show is trying to get across. Some of them try to focus on really strong editing and transitioning between different shots, while others may focus on presenting subtle foreshadowing for events that haven't even started yet. And then some just focus on well-animated action sequences and large character shots, which represents the show's diverse cast of characters. While I do believe that Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is the best animated show, I still think that there are other contenders for this title, such as Mob Psycho 100 or Avatar The Last Airbender. I believe that these shows are the closest to matching the title of Best Animated Show because they both have excellent animation, artistic direction, amazing characters, and deep, complex topics.